All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Hashem, Rakakodash. The bonus to the apostle and others, a great millstone. Shalom to other Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth. Yeah, I just want to do a lesson on the rise of the lion and the fall of the eagle. You know, this is a picture a brother posted a few weeks back, and I thought it was very, very, inspiring. You know, the symbology of it. We know, of course, the lion represents Israel, on the whole. Judah's, personal symbol per se is the lion, as it is written, Judah is the lion's whelp, but Israel on the whole is likened unto a lion. And we all know, of course, Esau, the so-called white men in his kingdoms, they even have these different statues and emblems, national emblems, that all go back to the eagle. Greece, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Russia. Some of them had the dual-headed eagle, but the eagle's symbology, or the emblem of a nation of so-called that the Edomites, Idumeans have dwelled in, has always been such. Rome, that's one of the main ones. Which I'm gonna get that in Second Esdras, and we're seeing that this eagle can only fly so high, and in due time is gonna get caught out there, man. This devil has expanded his scripture says that, which matter of fact, scripture says that I have seen the wicked spread themselves as a green bay tree. So this devil, he definitely, his military expansions and his way of spreading himself out through different coasts and regions definitely has fulfilled that prophecy, but it's only to last in so long. All right, his kingdom was only to expand so much, and this is the time for it to fall. That's why it said the same thing. I've seen Satan as lightning, Luke 10:18, fall from heaven. So these are what the prophets have seen, watched kingdoms, observed kingdoms, studied them. They was into politics and things of that nature. They understood how far out the wicked was able to, push and penetrate throughout these different realms of the heathen, but they knew in due time it would catch up onto them. And we're seeing now that this is the time where all the wickedness of Esau and his constituent nations, these other nations, are being caught out there. So this is Psalms 37:35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yeah, so if you see the green bay tree, it's definitely wide and heavily spread forth, So you can't say that this isn't the so-called white man through his kingdom, man. Look at the military bases. You have AFRICOM, AMERICOM. I think you got AsiaCom. When you have these military bases in America that they just settle, scripture says that also in Habakkuk, who basically, basically neither keep it at home. This so-called white man is not about sitting down. I seen a movie. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was going into how war is economics. War is all about economics. So even when you see Esau now going to war, he's constantly doing that to bring the butter home. That's why you have America with its high GDP. You see America is one of the is known as a golden cup. That got all the world drunken. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. Babylon have been a golden. Yep, Isaiah 51:7. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken her for wine, therefore the nations are mad. Yeah, so these nations indulged with the lifestyle of America, thinking it was going to actually bring about some type of success and prosperity, when it did nothing but drop those different nations to the detriment, Because what works in America, this fast food, demonic lifestyle, that benefits these different, the ones that delegate, their pockets get fatter. But see, these different nations, what make them different is they don't want to see their people at the bottom in these shithole areas because what is their people. Predominantly, these Edomites, they prey upon you so-called blacks, you Latinos, and you Native Americans. They could give a hell less of you being in these different ghettos and hoods. Matter of fact, they want to keep you there. That's why they have America is basically the epicenter of prisons, man, as well as pharmaceutical drugs and things as such, man, because they want to keep you in that perpetual stupor. But when these different nations actually introduce that lifestyle unto their people, thinking that it's going to bring about success in due time, they start to see that it's basically just killing off, their heritage. And they're seeing that it's all dwells back to Esau and his so-called white supremacy, man. It's not even so-called. That's what it is. He wants supreme dominance over all people. That's why it says that in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Yeah, and I seen the video even dealing in regards to the eagle, how the eagle is really the most hated bird, man. All right, really it's the most hated animal, period. It's an actual video. You can watch it on YouTube. I wish I would have had it queued up and did this lesson on my laptop because there's a few things that I wanted to put out on a video basis. But yeah, it was saying just how the eagle is just a nuisance amongst species, amongst other eagles, amongst certain animals on land, amongst, it's damn near any and every animal. They're just a problem. Animals, when they see the eagle, they like, oh, hell. There's this demon. So it's the same thing. Whenever America actually starts to butt their head in foreign policy and things of that nature, you already know corruption is finna come in the midst. Heavy taxation. Esau basically trying to bite the head off of the different nations and replace it with his head. And that's what they do. They'll kill off the leaders and set up a puppet government. 2 Ezra 11:45. And therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body. Yeah, and what's crazy is this is a prophecy, even regards to Rome, but Rome got healed. It reappeared. It said that the deadly one was healed, but this is the time where the eagle is horrible wings, which represents his leaders and the governments and things of that nature. Malicious heads, the hurtful claws, policy and the way they rage through, basically dropping the gavel on all these different nations. This is talking about America. Verse 46, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence. Whose violence is it? The so-called white man and his violent nature. And that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. Yes, and the judgment and the mercy is dealing in regards to the righteous. Scripture says when we're judged, we look to be judged with mercy, man. So, I didn't want to make this too long. And the scripture speak about also the refreshing. That's that kainos. That's why the scripture says that the Lord will make a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So that's going to be the great reset. After the eagle, going back to the image I had, after the eagle drops, that's when the lion, dealing first and foremost, the head lion, chief lion of all, Yahweh Shah. Scripture says the lion from the tribe of Judah, the root of Jesse, basically shall overcome. Let me see if I can get it real fast. Let's see. In Revelations, I don't know, Judah can't even pop up on there. Something wrong with my search engine. But yeah, that I just roughly quoting it. It speaks about the lion, from the tribe of Judah, which is the seed of Jesse, which is talking about Yahweh Shah. When he actually takes this man down, that's when everything is said and done. Here it is, Revelations 5:5. But it says, and one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David. I said the root of Jesse, but Jesse to David, David to Yahweh Shah.
have prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof. Yes, which represent giving us open and total understanding. But it's going to come a time where things are going to get physical. That's why it speaks about Yahweh Shai wearing many crowns in Revelation, the 19th chapter. So he's going to take down many of these kingdoms that have laid in bed with the harlot and have been subdued by the eagle. You know, so that's why this image speaks volumes. You know, you see how he got those claws within the back, so he can't move or adjust in no way, shape, or form. You know, that's heavy. You know, but I just want to make it, moderate lesson. Didn't want to make it too extensive. Hopefully, brothers and a few sisters edified, and by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat, Shema, Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostle and others of great millstone. Shalom, Akim.